afternoon and welcome to Sopro's Professionals Day Profitag 2020. Let me first introduce myself. My name is Michael Hecker. I am Managing Director of Sopro Germany, and I'm very pleased to welcome all of you also on behalf of the entire team. Looking at the registration list, we see a lot of people taking part again, and some of them even may be considered as experts of Sopro's Profitag. Today we are very happy to welcome participants from 11 countries who are joining our presentation this afternoon. Participants coming from Australia, Austria, Bulgaria, the Czech Republic, Iceland, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Norway, Poland and Sweden. Yeah, when saying goodbye to each other after last year's Profitag, who could even consider that we would need to cancel this presence meeting as was held for many years and decide for such digital meeting? We regret very much not having you here, since it was much more impressive to have 450 people taking part and sitting in front of me in the huge tent last year. But for sure this was the right decision to do this digital meeting, since we need to do all we can to limit and reduce the risk of this pandemic development. I think it's also time to thank the whole team who were really eager and strongly engaged to manage such online meetings in very short time and to offer attractive meetings like that. Thank you so much to all of you. As we have been organizing this meeting since early 2020, we did already some 30 meetings like that, with a total of more than 1,300 people taking part. Today's OLive show will, as was true with previous year's meetings, cover an exciting range of topics from the world of tiling. We will show presentations and live demonstrations to update you on new products and state-of-the-art application techniques. And I hope you will be surprised of what you can learn from Sopro this afternoon. This unique format serves as a means to update you about novelties and innovative product solutions from Sopro. So join us also live during chat and discussions. I will now hand over the floor to Mario Sommer, Head of the Technical Assistance and Project Consulting Department, and Eve Scher, our likable moderator. She is well known from radio and television, and she will support us in convey the content of this afternoon show to all of you in a very entertaining and memorable way. So thank you for your interest and your relationship with Sopro, and enjoy the afternoon. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael.
Well, hello to everybody around the world. I'm very happy to talk to you by camera. I'm very sorry, or we are very sorry that you're not here today as last year or the last years, where we had a big blast and a big party. Like Michael Hecker already told you, that I will host you through the 90 or 100 minutes which we have now in front of us. Eve will be on our side today. It's our colorful spot, because we are in a man's world, and it's always...
You are, definitely.
It's always great to have a lady on stage, and we're all happy when you are here and help us to present our Sopro world, our products, which we will show you within the next 90 minutes. Well, like I said, we are very sorry that you cannot be here. I guess you have the same problems as we have in Germany too. This worldwide pandemic had messed up our schedule, our calendar as much as yours. But we thought, let's make the best out of it, and hopefully next year we can meet again here, wherever, to have a beer together and practice everything what we have done so far in the past. Well, Eve, as you see here, our stage is full.
lot of things are going to happening. I think it's a good combination today of getting knowledge, practice parts, and all this stuff. So tell us a little bit what we're going to see. What's this Profi Tag all about?
Well, this Profi Tag, actually everybody knows it starts usually in the morning, and we have like a very high topic, very high scenery on the practical work. This is also today, but in a short form, so you won't be how can I say, that it is not too long for you when you're alone at home, maybe in the office or maybe in your home office, wherever you are sitting at the moment. So it's just a short overlook over the 90 plus 100 minutes, more or less. And you will see a lot of different techniques we have put into 3 different technical parts, which we start right away. And then we have like 2 presentations, which we will do in another room.
Exactly, so it's not the only studio we have. We have a second stage.
Like Mr. Hecker said already, we have done a lot of work, so we will be present at your house at home. We have like 2 studios here in the middle of Germany, Wiesbaden. So for all of you who have never been to Germany, we are sending from the middle of Germany, close to Frankfurt, as an orientation. And well, we are happy when you join us now, and you will see all these different products from Sopro and what you can do with those. What you will see is actually in the first part the world of remodeling, because we have a lot of old buildings which need to be remodeled. A bathroom, for example, every 25 years somebody wants to have a new one. So there's a lot to do. And buildings anyways, we have a lot of old structure over the last 100 years which needs to be remodeled. And remodeling means you have no time actually, because the people are still living sometimes in these buildings. So very short time, and Sebastian will show us in a little while what's going on. Then we will have like a look into, with my presentation, into some international projects. And when I was putting those together, it's very interesting what kind of projects our customers did. So I'm very proud that you are using our products for your projects. And then we come back to this stage number one, where we will talk about waterproofing systems, because our world is of course ceramic materials, and ceramic materials are always been in wet rooms, bathrooms, starting in bathrooms, and also of course swimming pools, industrial kitchens and so on. And close to these ceramic materials we have the waterproofing systems, which are very tight connected to these ceramic materials. And then I know you want to have a new bathroom.
Exactly.
And which is already 25 years old or older than that.
More, 40
and
years.
Sebastian's job is to explain to you how to fix this bathroom. We will see, maybe you can tell us next year if it's done. And when we have talked about this, then we come back to stage number 1. And we will explain you and give you a forecast of 2021, so you can see what kind of new products you will get for your future construction sites, and be surprised. There will be some very interesting products for you, which will help your work on the construction site. Well, and when all this is done, then we have some prices for you when the camera is going there. Through these 3 technical steps we have, we will ask you a question. When the camera goes to Eve, then you will see she's our lucky girl also today.
The lucky fay for you.
And she's responsible for these prizes. We have partners, like always in our Profi Tag. It's Dowel, it's Colomix, and Karl Dahm. Karl Dahm is our tile tool supplier in Germany, and we have a very close relationship with all of them. Usually we have a booth where they are standing and you can get in touch with them, but this year it's all a little bit different. But at least they are here, they support us, and I'm very happy that these partners are staying on our side. And when you want to get in touch with them, no problem. Okay, but this is...
I think it's really important to explain, because you guys are sitting back at home. We are live, so after each practice part, we're going to have a special question for you. But before, also, you can go on this web page. I hope you can see it quite well, www.sopro-quiz.com, and there you will find the 3 questions, and it's some kind of a multiple choice. And if you answer correct, you're going to be in a raffle for us today, where you can win these 4 fantastic prizes. And at the really end of our O-Life, of our Profi talk, we're gonna, I'm gonna be the lucky Faye, and hope I count on you that you participate and you can win these fantastic prizes. It's worth joining us.
And since these prizes are going around the world, you can go there and bring them the prizes.
Oh, really? Live? We do that. Fantastic. So just be on Australia or something like that.
Well, okay, I guess we have said everything so far, and I guess we can start now, huh?
I think,
Since Sebastian and his colleagues from the technical department are waiting. Sebastian is responsible for the technical service, and Sebastian, now you got the choice and the job to explain everything what is here.
Yeah.
Your stage.
Your stage.
Thank you for your introduction and your words. And we start with the first practical show, the first practical demonstration. I have here my colleagues Harald and Philip with me. They are doing the practical work. So time to start the music. No, the work, I mean. And I want to talk with you about the, like Mario said, about the renovation systems we can offer you from Sopro. And I have here with me a really new system, which we call the Sopro SMART system, which is really good, made for everything like old buildings, renovation systems, but also you can use it in a new building as well. But I think the most advanced elements are about the renovation. Why we love this system so much? Because it's very, very lightweight. You can fill up a lot of height with these materials. It's based on different products, which you see here in front of me. It's so different products like the Smart Aggregate, which is a really lightweight grain in a big package, like 55 liters, but only the weight is like 9 kilograms, so a lot of volume, less weight. And this is combined with our Rapidur B5 binder, which binds the system and makes it really hard, really strong. So you can put a lot of loads, even if it's very lightweight. And later on, we put our PGX mesh on top and a very thin coat of our self-leveling filler, the VS. It's a Vario Filler, so you can mix different ratios of water and adjust your liquid. And this we put on top in a really low thickness, so you save a lot of height and a lot of weight. Also because it's a very lightweight system, and as Mario said already, the working steps, they go really, really fast. Yeah. So, my colleagues, I hope you're ready. I think we want to have a look for it, how it's done in real life, how these different type of working steps work together and how it's done. I think it's very important that you see this. This is the Smart LZ, the lightweight aggregate, which is recycled material. So it's recycled expanded glass and really, really lightweight. I'm going to show it later. The moment it's loose, so we need to put something inside. And as I said, it's a Rapidur B5 binder, and I think it's quite a good tip if you mix this Rapidur B5 binder already with water, with this drilling machine. So you have the binder mixed with water, so there's not so much dust when you mix on this complete material. Yeah, so we have here this color mix tool. It's a double driller, double mixer. So it gets really, really fast mixed. Yeah. And you see here, stop a little bar. If the material turns like this, so it turns gray, then it's ready mixed. As you see, as long as it is white, you need to mix more. Yeah, really easy. So it goes really, really fast, and the big benefit for you on the construction side is that it is easily done, so you can do your complete structure by yourself. You don't need maybe other colleagues or other craftsmen. It's easily done by yourself, and you can do all working steps alone, yeah? And everything fits together. So you see here we have the substrate is based on old wooden beams. You see here the tubes they're passing through, and we just overwork everything with the Smart Aggregate. Yeah. First, for example, if you have a wooden construction, Here we did our HPS primer to primer everything. Another benefit is that the impact of water is really low. So especially if you have maybe an old house, old structure, which is wooden based, it doesn't accept too much water from maybe the products. So this material has a low impact of water, so the wooden construction doesn't get damaged. Yeah? So really easy, we need at least 2 centimeters of overlap over these beams or over these tubes. This is very important. Yeah?
And Sebastian, if you're talking about minimum 2 centimeter, what's probably the maximum thickness?
Maximum thickness is really easy. Maybe you can get this small block here into the camera. Let me check how thick this block is. We did a small sample for you, just to show you the maximum thickness maybe of the SMART. So this is like 1 meter. Maybe you can get it into the camera. And it's another 1 meter. And so it's like 1 cubic meter of material complete of the SMART LZ, binded with a Rapidur B5. So it's 1 block, 1 cubic meter, and the weight is only 320 kilograms. So it's really lightweight. Okay. If you compare this with a normal screed, like a concrete screed, the weight would be like 2,000 kilograms, 2 tons, yeah? Instead of 320 kilograms.
That's really big difference.
And the height is not, doesn't matter. You can do it up how high you want it. Yeah? And just to show you how big the difference is of the weight, we have here these small samples. So this is our SMART material. And this here would be just a normal screed. Like I told you, this would be like 2 kilograms per liter. Maybe we check, does it swim or not? What do you guess?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah, of course.
And SMART, as I said, 1 liter would be 320 grams. Yeah? So we put it into the water. Even if it has a lot of voids and pores where the water can penetrate in, it swims. Yeah? Okay. Really cool. So keep in mind, 320 kilograms. And on top you see here, we put the mesh on top. Yeah? This is really, really important. Yeah? The mesh is part of the system. And then at a minimum thickness, we need like 10 millimeters of overlapping with these Vario Filler. Only the Vario Filler works on top because the Vario Filler has is fiber reinforced. It has a little bit thicker grain, so it doesn't penetrate so deep into that construction. Yeah? So this is part of the system. Really important. Maybe you can have a look over to my colleagues. Yeah? Well done. How is it? It's fast. Yeah? It's nice, but it has a long open time, and because it's really lightweight, the guys, they don't need so much hand power, so it's really easy to get it smooth and to spread it out on your construction site. So I think it makes a lot of fun. It's not a hard work. It goes quite easy, and on the other hand, you can it's quick drying, so you can overwork this after 12 hours. On the next day latest, you can overwork and do the next steps.
Sebastian, cool. What are these cubes for? You built up here in the beginning?
Yeah, here these cubes, also to demonstrate how lightweight the material is. Okay. This is 1 cube of these SMART LZ.
Let me check.
Maybe you check. Yeah.
Okay.
Possible to lift for you?
It's like water. Okay, like water cans.
Okay.
I can do it.
Like a nice handbag. Yeah?
Okay, but there's another one.
Maybe try this one. This would be the original cement-based screed. Yeah. So sand and grain and cement. Yeah.
Okay. Here we show.
Yeah, it's really heavy to lift. Maybe Mario can do it, but you can.
Let
me see.
And it's 6 times. Okay.
Sorry.
The factor is more than 6 times more weight on this one. Yeah. No problem. 6 times more weight. Yeah.
But you're right. The lightweight is very important for the constructions we have in Germany all around the world when it comes to very old buildings. Yeah. So it's a very good system for these situations. Especially
if you want to fill up a lot of volume, but maybe the old construction doesn't accept too much weight. Yeah, that is really cool. And another thing is it is absolutely fire resistant. So if you talk about wooden constructions and maybe it's critical because of fire protection, this product doesn't burn at all, so it is completely fire protected, not burnable. Like if you compare this with the EPS insulation, so this is burnable, but this not. Yeah, really good.
Sebastian, there's a question. I mean, I forgot in the beginning. This is a live show, and you have the chance to ask questions now. Use the chat to get in contact with us wherever you are, and we will be able to answer these questions. One of the questions is, you just said we have the B5 as the binder for this system. Yeah. Are other binders also possible?
If you want to speed up even more, you can use our B3, for example. B3 binder is even faster than the B5.
Yeah, okay.
I think for the most demands, the B5 is a good product, fast enough. On the next day, you can do the next working step. If you need to hurry up even more, the B3 does it even in less hours. Yeah, so another option. But don't mix any other products like standard cement doesn't work, or don't mix any other like Rapidur M5, which is a pre-mixed material already with sand. Here we just mixed the binders. That's very important. Yeah. Another cool product, which you maybe saw or you mentioned on the upgoing edges, is our new insulation strip. In the past, we had this only in 10 centimeters, and now we increased a little bit to 20 centimeters because, as you see, we can also do a lot of volume. So this is a new product for the SMART system. Now the next working step, guys. We already are here for the next, next working step. Normally on the construction site, it would be on the next day. And here we just roll out these reinforcement mesh. Yeah, this is our PGX mesh, just loose on top of it. I also can step on it. So you see it's really, really stable. Really strong material, so just put a little bit of overlap over this. And it's really important to take this PGX mesh because it's really strong, really heavy. Yeah. Also like this column mix, left mix tool, because you can easily pack and mix like 3 packages of our fillers. And it's rollable, so also to transport the material is really easy and fast. Helps you a lot on the construction side. And now you see the Vario Filler VS 582. It's fiber reinforced, and it stays more or less on top of this PGX mesh. It only penetrates a little bit, some millimeters below, to get everything connected together. But the rest of the material is staying on top. And as I said, in a normal private area, domestic area, we need like 10 millimeters of thickness over this mesh, which means for your calculation, this is more or less like 1 bag of 25 kilograms per square meter. Yeah? So less consumption. And this goes really fast. Just spread it out with your tools. You can roll through if you like, but you don't have to. And after 3 hours, you can then walk on it and put tiles on it, no matter which size. If you like the really large tiles, 3 meters long, no problem. There's no, it's not limited by the tile format or tile size. Yeah, really cool.
Sebastian, you just showed our VS
582?
Yes, 582. Oh God.
Or 500.
Of course, the question which is always coming, we have a couple of self-leveling, different self-leveling materials.
Yes. Yeah.
Can they use other ones also?
No, please, only this one, not the FS15, which is also very common to use, but this product would be too liquid, so it penetrates too deep inside, and maybe the product will go and disappear just by filling all the voids in the SMART aggregate. Yeah? So only the VS, the Vario Filler. Another option would be, what I have here in this sample, would be our Rapidur FE, which is a self-leveling screed. Yeah? And this type of material we use in maybe public areas where we have more loads, more heavy traffic on top. And the benefit of the Rapidur FE is that we can put more thickness on. Yeah? So it works from 20 millimeter and more, so we can easily put more thickness on it and accept more weight, up to 5 kilonewtons per square meters. So we can also use the SMART system also in public areas. Really, really good. Yeah. So you see here, very fast, very easy. You have an absolutely plain surface where you can put tiles on. You don't need any leveling system on top. Yeah. It's like it is. After 3 hours, you can do your waterproofing on top, or you can put your tiles on top. So very good, guys. I would say time is running. We go to the next sample because not always you have to fill up this much volume. Yeah? Very often we have maybe like an old substrate, which is more or less okay. It's stable. You can walk on it. We have some old tiles. Maybe you don't like the look of the tiles anymore. Some tiles are gone. Maybe we have some cracks here. Here we just removed a wall and filled this up with our Epoxy Screed, which you see here. It's also very fast setting material. On the next day, you can make the next working steps. Yeah? So we have this material here. It's just a grain mixed with a BH epoxy resin. So we filled up everything. But the rest of it can stay like it is. We did the primer HPS on top of the old tiles. And then, Harald, just please put the new PGX mesh on top. Also loose. You don't have to glue this, which is a big advantage on your construction side, of course, because you save a lot of time. Just put it out loose, put the insulation strips on all upgoing parts, do the primer process before. Nice little tool is these leveling pins. Yeah, we have these in 10 centimeters, so you can adjust them, make a small mark on them, or you cut them, and then you can level out before and have your, you know what your later surface would be. Yeah, then you know how to stop to fill in the material. And here you can also use the Vario Filler, or here in this case we have the FS15, or our new product. Maybe you can get this into the camera. It's the S-Flow product, which is a new self-leveling filler, very liquid. So it is even more liquid than FS15, really close to water, but works in a thinner thickness, like 1 millimeter to 15 millimeters. Also fast setting and a nice smooth material, also very economic to maybe do these working steps. Yeah? So here, without the smart aggregate, just with the PGX mesh, in combination with our self-leveling fillers, you can improve your old substrate, which is maybe they have cracks or they have maybe some missing parts or so. So you can improve your old substrate without completely digging it out of your construction site, and so you maybe lose a lot of time. This saves you time and money by renewing the old substrates. Yeah?
Sebastian, there's one question coming in from our audience. Thanks for that, and go on if you have a question. The question is it possible to integrate underfloor heating?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, we have, or we want to have warm feet normally.
Yeah, especially as ladies, I can tell you.
That's a good topic, I think, and in both cases it's possible. So here, if we have these uneven substrate, we would have to level out maybe a thin coat. Then we can, there are different heating systems available, warm water heating systems. So we can glue them on top on these preparated substrate and then fill again. Or also in combination with this one here. We have to do this here very thin, then we can glue our heating system on top and then fill it up again. So also possible, but please not in here, because the smart, of course, because of the air which is trapped in here, it's a very good insulation, so thermal insulation material. So we want to have the heat transported to the top. So the warm water heating system has to sit on the top, yeah, and not inside of the material. Yeah. But it's possible, of course, yeah, no problem. So next working step would be also wall renovation is possible with these combinations. And very often we have also critical walls where there's maybe some wooden beams in there. There's old tiles with cracks. I don't know. Yeah, really ugly combination of old materials. We can put the PGX mesh over it and then overwork it with some of our plasters. Here Harald is using our RAP2 plaster, which has a quite long open time, like after 6 hours is overworkable with the tiles. Harald, you can work with, I would say, like 1 hour. The material is open and you can smoothen this, and if you like it even faster, you can take our RAM3, even stronger, even harder, and even faster. After 2 hours, you can overwork the RAM3 product. Yeah? What is special, Harald, here? Maybe you can show that in the middle section, there's nothing behind. So we have just these tubes here, and instead of putting maybe a gypsum board or stuff like this over this, you can just take the mesh, the PGX mesh, and go over these hollow section and put the RAM3 or RAP2 over it, and it's stable enough to hold by itself, yeah, without any substrate behind. And you see it's really smooth, the material, fast to work with. You can also make the whole renovation inside of your bathroom, for example. Yeah? So well done, Harald. Now we have only one thing to do. Yeah? we want to show you how important the PGX mesh is inside of this construction, because the whole system wouldn't work without these PGX mesh. The PGX holds everything together, and it has a really, really big effect about making the filler more flexible. It's like a really strong reinforcement. And we did a small preparation here. This is our VS2 filler, and on the lower side we have this PGX mesh fixed in the material. Otherwise, you see it's very thin. It's only 10 millimeters thin, and we just want to show how flexible it is. I hope this works. Yeah, it's a really interesting thing, and I hope really that the effect we can show you. So here, normally you see it would normally without the PGX mesh, it would definitely crack directly. Yeah, but here, by doing it very slowly, you see that you can deform the cement-based filler, which is normally completely rigid. Oops. Yeah, you can deform to a really, really long way. Yeah, but really good, Harald. We showed very good. I can show you another sample, what will happen without the mesh and what will happen with the mesh. Just a short thing. Yeah. So this is our sample without the mesh. Just the VS filler, no reinforcement, and there's a small fiber content in, of course, but you see it will directly break if load will bend it through. Yeah, so no chance. Yeah. Next sample, you see on the back side, you see the PGX mesh a little bit looking out. And now here, show how it works. Okay, I have only 50 kilograms, so I'm really lightweight, but yeah. You see it bends really good through, and the effect of the flexibility is amazing, I think, and this is why the PGX mesh is so important in the whole construction. Eve, yeah.
My goodness, so much information and demonstration. Yeah. Thank you very much, Harald. I think Harald, but he was just too strong. You were too strong, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
No, fantastic. Also, Philip, thank you so much, and Sebastian. What a great demonstration. So much information, practical parts, huge knowledge of these guys. But finally, we have one question for our audience right now. Yeah.
For winning something.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to win, you just have to, as we mentioned at the beginning for our quiz, the first question is, how heavy is this cube? Sebastian, you mentioned, I think twice. Yeah. So how heavy or how light, I would say, is this a cube? That's the first question. So go on the webpage. As we mentioned before, this, I hope you will have the correct answer. Fantastic, Sebastian. That's already it.
It was a pleasure. Yeah.
First practice part. I hope you really enjoyed it. That's Studio One. And I know Mario, he jumped over into our second studio. So Mario, are you already ready for us?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the first practical part was very interesting for you. So you got some new ideas for your practical work in renovation projects. I'm very happy to explain and show you some international projects now within the next 20 minutes. Eve is on my side already, okay? And like Mr. Hegger already told you, now when we have our world card, Europe behind us, this looks even more better. And here you see all the countries where we have had construction sites so far, and we have partners which we are working very close together. So you get an idea, and when I was putting all the list together and was looking through the projects, there's some very beautiful projects we have in our list, and I'm very happy to tell you and show you a little bit about it. And maybe for the one or the other, there's an idea how to can work on your projects in the future.
And I think this is really interesting, how you get all your products into the world. How does it work, the transportation?
Well, there's of course different ways, by truck, by ship, and sometimes even by plane, depending on where we go into the world and how fast the products need to be on the construction site. But usually when we go overseas, here you see very nicely wrapped our products in a container, in a sea container. And so everything is very good prepared so that the products will not be getting wet or will not fall around into the container. So we do a lot of preparation and send it to our customers around the world. Mm-hmm. And usually this works very well, and the material gets there on time. We just need to know where you want to have it on your construction site. Well, and as we said in the beginning, or I said, you can imagine Sopro wherever we have tiles, and that means it's not just a bathroom. As you can see here, some pictures. Our products are almost in all kinds of different projects, starting in bathrooms at home, like your bathroom maybe soon.
Later on, yes.
Later on soon. And of course on airports, swimming pools, fairs, and so on and so on. So there's a big list of different projects. So wherever you need us, get in contact with us and we will be pleased to help you. I have picked out a couple of projects so you can see what we have done. Starting in Germany, I mean Germany is our home country, and of course here we have, I would say, most of the products or most of the projects. But you can adapt those situations to all countries around the world. Sometimes the techniques are a little bit different, but so far we have actually for each situation a very interesting solution. Yeah? Here it's a shopping center in Frankfurt. Maybe you have been there already. It's in the heart of Frankfurt, and the situation here, what you can see here is the AAB+. It's a material which is shock absorbent, and we have a lot of problems sometimes with our constructions that we have like swinging constructions. That means when you go like this, then you feel that the ceiling is going a little bit up and down. When these constructions are new, no problem, but since the buildings have an age of between 50 and 100 years, this is what we expect from the construction, we have like, how can I say, that it's an aging effect, and so the ceiling is going up and down the older the construction becomes. So we have to take care about this, because otherwise on top we have a sensitive natural stone or ceramic material, and we do not want that there are any cracks. Yeah. So we have to bring something in which is shock absorbent. And we will see that later on. We have a complete change in the world of tile laying. The tiles are getting bigger, and of course the owners like those big tiles, architects too, and so it's a combination. It's a swinging ceiling. Here in this situation, we also wanted a protection against water, because this is a food court where later on there's cooking, and a lot of people, thousands of people actually, it's a very big mall, are sitting to have dinner, lunch, and so on, and a lot of water is involved. So that's why we used AAB+ in this situation. Also large tiles, as you can see here. I don't know if you have seen these large tiles already. Maybe this could be a choice for your bathroom.
My bathroom is too small.
One of the bathrooms.
That's a bathroom.
This is very interesting, because here the motto is like I'm working at the fire station, and when I go to the toilet I have a surrounding like in a fireplace.
So it's a man's world.
It's a man's world, and since Frankfurt is I would say for Germany at least, it's the city of the banks. And when you go to the restroom now, you see all the gold which is in Frankfurt located, and at least you can look at it. If you're allowed to touch it, I don't know. You'll see. Well, then we have we make a step to Munich, and Munich is also a very beautiful city where we have like also a lot of department stores. And when you have seen Sebastian for a while, when he was explaining lightweight constructions, this is a very old building here in the middle of Munich, where the ceilings had to be remodeled. And they told us right away, per square meter, you only can bring in 70 kilos per square meter. But we had to fill up between 5 and 12, 13 centimeters. And if you do this with a normal screed, then you have too much weight on the ceiling, and that would be a static problem. That's why we used here already in the combination with B5 and SMART a lightweight layer, and here we also used our self-leveling screed, Rapidur FE, and put this in a system together. As you can see here, the layer of Rapidur FE and then the layer of the lightweight material, and so we were able to play around and we were able to stay in the static measurements like these 70 kilos per square meters. And of course, on top, like everybody wants now, large tiles, which is very common. And here you see the picture how it's done later, or was done later. Another situation or another field we are working in is, of course, train stations, not just in Germany, all over the world, more or less now. And train stations are always very difficult because you have a train which is passing by very fast. You need a high security for the people who are standing there, so that it's not slippery when it's raining or you have snow and ice on these areas. So you need a very good stand, otherwise you slip and you fall into the
We
the
don't
track.
want to see that.
So a lot of accidents. And here, this was the remodeling of, it's I think 800 meters long. So the long train is actually.
That's how it looked like before.
This is how it looked like before, because of ice and snow after, I mean, 30, 40 years problems. And what we used here, we will see that later on, also it's a drainage mortar system. That means when it's raining, so no water is staying in the construction, it's going through the grout and is disappearing in the construction. So when we have like a icy night, this water will not harm the construction. And you can combine this with ceramic materials, natural stone, or also concrete slabs. So it's a very common system. Here's the preparation already from this railroad track, and then with the drainage level material, and on top, then you bring in the...
Come over, I'm in danger.
Ah,
if the train is coming,
yeah, okay, here...
yeah, we have to clean, Sebastian is cleaning a little bit. Thanks, Sebastian.
Well, this is
Good
possible
job.
with this new technique, since we are now in our Steven Spielberg green wall room, and we can fly Sebastian in all the time. You have seen that he will come to you now all the time to help you and be in your construction so that everything is right. Another interesting project we did, so that you actually, everybody thinks when you think about Sopro that we are just doing tiling, but this is not everything we do. What you see here is a very unique, special little project where we did some design floor without any grout or whatever. What you see here, it was a little chapel in a hospital for deaf-mute people. That means they cannot locate themselves. And what you see here on the floor, it's like an electrical system. And when these people go into church, they can listen to the priest over this electrical system. So they get some information and know that they are not lost during this mess of the church. So a very interesting system. And this in combination with our self-leveling design material, which you can put in, which you can get in different colors. Here in this case, it's a white color, and it is brought in as a self-leveling material, like in a thickness of 5 to 8 millimeters. And well, here you see the finished project, and it's very beautiful. It's sometimes also a material architects like to work with these materials. Looks like concrete, and it's very hard, so that you won't have any scratches on top. And you can also use it for stores or for living room or wherever. And it's a very interesting material, which is also part of our business. Yeah, we go to Switzerland and we see a grocery mark. Grocery mark is like, am I allowed to say that? Like Aldi, like Lidl, they're all over around the world. And we have business with these owners. And what they tell us is, you have only 4 weeks or less to finish everything. That means the screed has to be always fast setting. Screed is the base for all tiles or natural stones, whatever. And it's always the the material we need to get a soft, flat situation in this rough construction, what we see here. And we have very good experience with our B1, B3, B5 in all kinds of different constructions. And here you see how the material is brought in. It's the big situation. And here you see also the expansion dowels, which we need when we have one field and another field, where we connect those two screed fields together. And after 2 to 3 or 5 days, depending on the situation of the construction site, you can already start with the tile laying. And since we are in Switzerland and everybody in the world thinks Switzerland is a very rich country, a lot of money is somewhere hidden there in the banks. That's why, of course, Switzerland has the best clubs, VIP clubs, and with 5 stars.
Wow.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. A lot of gold is around, and
real gold? No. You don't know.
I think so. And you know, they got the 5th star because we used our DF10 with our glitter, with some glitter. So all the Grout is full of glitter, which is shining and gives you a very beautiful touch in this area.
You were invited to this special opening?
Well, I do not have an account in Switzerland so far, and that's why I guess I was not on the guest list.
Sorry for that.
So yeah, we were just there to do the job and work there. Well, and from there we make a jump to Ireland. And Ireland is also a very good country for screeds. Here you see a hospital. And we have a very good customer here where he's an expert in screeds. And look at this screed. I mean, this screed is perfect. You do not even need tiles anymore to cover this screed. And I would say Ireland got the best screed layers. And you know, I'm a fan of you too.
Oh, you too? Oh,
yes,
really?
Ireland, I would say, has the best singers also. And Joris Smet. And
who's that?
Joris Smet is a customer of us, a very good friend. And he sings like Bono. And whenever he's in Munich, I hope we see you there soon again. And that you will sing for us again. That
so greetings to Ireland.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
To Joris.
Hello to you up there. Well, and then from there we go to Australia. You see here Melbourne at night, very beautiful. And we have done a facade there, which is illuminated. I hope you can see it a little bit. It's a brick facade. And it's done with dark colored Grout material. And dark colored Grout materials are always a little bit tricky because when it's raining, some lime could come out and then it's white shiny. And so we have some special products for that. And you see here the illumination at night in different colors, very beautiful. Well, and of course, what you see here, big hole underground. There was a garage built up. But this is not so important for us. We did the top because the decoration of this Plaza Josef Nador in Budapest. And this is also a field where we are working in, that we decorate or help decorate like plazas, streets, outside areas, marketplaces, with natural stone, with concrete slabs, and this with our Sopro paving system. That means when you have to do some markets, some streets where a lot of traffic is on top, get in contact with us. We have very interesting systems to help you there. And of course, our big heart is hanging on the swimming pool projects. And we have a long history with this, but there's also a history of swimming pools. Swimming pools means we have like we connect historical buildings with new buildings. As you can see here, it's a project in Hamburg. Here you see it's like built up at the end of the 19th century, where we put these different situations together. Let's go back one slab. As you can see here now, very open, a lot of light, and so these old buildings are very nicely connected to the wishes we have today for the customers. Yeah, and we jump to Australia, and well, I wish our schools would look like this, very perfect, very nice. was almost all the schools, they have like swimming pools. But what is interesting for us, a lot of tiles around, and everywhere tiles. And of course tiles and sun, I mean Australia is known, very well known for heat and sun and so on. And of course sun and heat is always like a big challenge for ceramic materials, but we have like very good answers. We jump to Israel, actually the same situation, it's very hot there. But Israel, for me, is the country of tiles. Yeah, even like the outside area of the house is done with tiles. And you look into the house, you see tiles not just in the bathroom, you see tiles actually everywhere around. Yeah, and from there we jump again to Australia and we see another big, nice building. And interesting is you see a tile layering, a lady who's doing the tiling
really?
job.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lady.
Okay.
And when I was talking to these the bosses over there, they said, well, we have a lot of ladies who do the tiling jobs, and we prefer ladies. You know why?
Interesting.
Because they say they are cleaner than the men. So, well, I leave
In
this.
working cleaner.
Yes.
Hopefully, okay.
Yeah, and this is what they said. So men around the world.
By the way, Sebastian. Yeah, you're clean. You're clean.
Okay,
I can help
okay.
you, Sebastian. I can help you. Okay,
Good,
perfect.
Sebastian. Well, good
We
job.
help.
Well, you see here now some very nice pictures of this project, Caulfield Grammar Aquatic Center. Let's jump again to Stockholm, also a very old building where a pool was integrated. And what you see here, it's not Corona. Why they are wearing masks? It was actually last year when we did not even talk about Corona yet. But here we had to sandblast so that the concrete is very clean for now the following Sopro system. And they did also a very good job so that we could start with the Sopro system. As you can see here, the waterproofing membrane and the tiling. Yeah, and when we talk about swimming pools, then we have a long history with center parks, a European story, I would say, around Germany, around France, all the way up to Great Britain, and so on. And center parks is actually a very nice recreation center for families where you can make vacation. You have always in the center like a swimming area, you can horseback riding and so on and so on. So a very nice family trip. But the inside, the heart is actually always like this beautiful area where you can go swimming in all kinds of different situations. And we are working with center parks since many, many years together. They like to work with Sopro. Here you see waterproofing membrane, AEB, plus the natural stone situations. This is how it looks later on, combined with T-Tech Grout. And also, this is a situation which is actually common in each project. Sunday night, they are still doing grouting. On Monday, they had the opening. So our products are fast setting, so help you in those critical situations. And here another Longforest Forest, Longford in Ireland, which was done also with Sopro products. Here you see this wave pool, also done with natural stone. Here another view, and at night. And why is center parks so much believing in us? What you can see here now is actually the grout is still there. The natural stone is disappearing because of acid and maybe of cleaning processes. And the Tile grout stays, so that means we have like a very good product which is created to give you a long stand on your construction site. And when you like it hard, solid, and strong, then use Tile Plus. You see it here, and we have like almost 30 years experience with this product. Building and models, we go to Finland. What you see here is a steel construction. This steel construction was the base for a pool, as you can see here. And here also, like this pool was built up in Finland and then taking around the world by ship to another area. And here we are in Dubai, and you all know this hotel. So when you make vacation in Dubai next time and you are in this hotel, for example, and you take a bath and you look into the ocean, then you see you swim on Sopro. And this was a very interesting project, all done with mosaic, as you can see here, which was prepared and handled because we have a lot of experience in shipbuilding processes. Like you see here, passenger ships like the AIDA, or for example here the Disney Dream, one of those big ships. Actually, these ships are nothing else than building houses on the ground. Besides, these are just swimming around in the world on water. But you have the same sample rooms as everywhere. And here you see everything done, the brewery, the coffee place, the wellness area, and so on. And here, of course, on deck, you see the steel construction, and later on, everything is done, tiled. And you see here, this is actually our best test method for our situations or systems, because on top, later on, this ship is driving around the world from south to east. We have hot situations, we have icy situations, we have like salt water and so on, and the construction stays. And our products are done with this by ship or ship certified, and fire protection systems are used there, as you can see here. So we have a lot of testing. And here you see also for pools, we have the PU membrane in combination with polyurethane, so you can also work on steel pools as well. And of course, private yards belongs to this job too. Very top secret actually, but just to give you an idea, this is the inside of one of these yards. And also a very interesting thing is what you see here is like a very lightweight situation. It's a special wall construction which is just covered with a very thin layer of natural stone or ceramic, where we have also very much experience in working in this field. Well, and you will later hear something about MegaFlex, the MegaFlex history. We are very proud to have this adhesive. And what is going on in the construction, you will see here, there's always some tension in the construction. And here this is filmed by a camera overnight. And let's see if it happens. Now you see what happens when there's too much tension in the construction and the tiles are flying up. We come to the construction site when the tiles are already loose. So that this won't happen, we have solutions. One of these solutions is MegaFlex S2. And here you see a nice scenery on the beach, which I have done almost 10, 12 years ago. Here you see it. Behind these doors, there's like a wellness area which goes into a mountain. And here you see, this is the normal Mediterranean Sea. Nothing happens. You just want to put on your bathing suit and jump into the water. But actually, the Mediterranean Sea can be different. As you can see here, it's very rough, windy, and the waves are suddenly 2 to 3 meters high. And well, our terrace, you see it now here under these conditions. This is my test zone for our MegaFlex situation. And we have like salt water, we have like very cold situations because this is in the northern area of Italy where we have also ice and snow and so on this floor, and it stays. Well, at the end, we have, of course, a big change in our world. Here you see one of these ceramic materials. And yeah, it gives us a lot of opportunities to go one step ahead. Take this chance with your with the owners of the projects, gives you a lot of different options to work, especially also in pools and facades. We have the right adhesives for that. And as you can see here, large tiles in pools as a very nice decoration, and gives you a lot of ideas. As you can see here, natural stone design, or here it's a 3 meter by 1 meter tile, which you can use here. Well, at the end, when you want to know a little bit more about us, you see here the new edition of our planner book, which will come out within the next days. If you want one, just let us know. We will send it to you in English or in another language, which is possible. So be happy to get it. And well, thank you very much for these interesting projects you did with us. We are waiting for your call, and I hope we can get together with you. We are already waiting to get into the plane next time. Well, to get in touch with you, to meet you on your construction site, and many, many thanks for your cooperation with the Sopro team. Thank you. Well, this was a view into the world of international projects. Now we go back to stage number 1, where everything is prepared now for the water-improving membranes in the Sopro world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mario. What a great overview about all these exciting projects all over the world. And I ran over here to our Studio One again, and I'm here with a fantastic crew because we are now awaiting our second practice part. And Oliver, I think your main topic is all about waterproofing systems. And you show us with your guys how I think sealing is made simple, right? Go on.
Yes, thank you very much for your words. And welcome from my side. My name is Oliver Bege, and together with my colleagues Marco, Stefan and Rainer from Dowel, we are showing you the Sopro waterproofing world. So let's start over here with our bath and shower sealing system. This is our solution for the watertight connection of the waterproofing to the bathtub or a shower tray. And this system consists of here our sealing tape and 2 very innovative fitting pieces. First, we have here our ankle seal. This is for all the 90-degree corners, flexible for every radi you can find, and for all other corner situations, we have here our multi-ankle seal. One you can see here. And with this sealing tape and the 2 different types of fitting pieces, we have a solution, a safe solution for nearly every situation you can find on your construction site, for every bathtub and every shower tray. You have to fix the tape and the fitting pieces with a self-adhesive strip directly on the edge of the bathtub, and then you have to glue the sealing tape, for example with a sealing slurry, directly on the ground. And when you are doing your waterproofing on the wall or on the floor, you have to overwork all these sealing tapes. And as you can see here, together with our AEB sealing tape, we have protection all around the bathtub. So, for example, here you don't have to stop right here with your waterproofing because you don't have a fitting piece for this situation. And when you're going to take a shower, or maybe your kids have a bath in the bathtub, then is this the weakest point where water is going to ingress, where water can get behind, underneath the wall, and this is a place where you don't want to have the water.
Mm-hmm. Is it necessary, because you're talking about the sealing, to do it like this? You know, is there a standard or mandatory even on that?
In Germany we have regularity. We have nearly regularities for everything, and there are 2 possibilities for the waterproofing right here. The first one is you can carry out the waterproofing underneath your bathtub, or you can integrate, you can connect the waterproofing to the bathtub. So you have these 2 possibilities, but we prefer this, this solution, because then water can't get underneath your bathtub. Okay. As I already told you, you can use the sealing tape for bathtubs, or you can use it for example, floor level showers. And then it is very important, especially when you have a small bathroom, to prevent water go outside your bathroom in an unsealed area, and you have also prevent from capillarity to go outside your room. Maybe you have here a textile flooring or wooden floor, and then it is very dangerous if this flooring gets wet. So we have here again a fitting piece. With this one you can put the sealing directly here inside the door friction, and then it is important for the finishing profile here to prevent capillarity, to glue it with a waterproofing adhesive. And there our partner company Dowel has a smart solution for working with this. Maybe Rainer, you can tell us something about your tool here.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the DCE 580. It's a chalk gun, and so it's powered by our 18-volt battery system, and so it can be used for cartridges. This can be used for tubes up to 600 milliliters. So it's easy to work with it, and we've got a long run time, and so it's easy to handle.
Okay, then we stay in the bathroom and go right here. And here we are going to show you our new DSF RS. This is a very flexible, reactive and a cementitious sealing slurry. And very important, it's one compound. As you can see here, it is sag resistant. My colleague Stefan is working with it with trowel application. He is doing the waterproofing on the wall. A cementitious sealing slurry always have to be applied in a minimum of 2 layers, and you have to reach a dry coat thickness of at least 2 millimeters. So to reach this dry coat thickness, we have a possibility to measure the wet coat thickness. For this product, it has to be 1.2 millimeters. And Stefan, oh.
While they are working there was a question coming in about these bathtubs. I don't know if you mentioned this already, since we are using these tapes here. And of course, the world of bathtubs is very big. It's not just like a steel bathtub. We have also like shower bathtubs and so on. Mm-hmm. Can we use this tape for other bathtubs also as well?
Yes, you can use it for nearly all materials, acrylic bathtubs or ceramic bathtubs or shower trays. This self-adhesive strips works with everything, with every material.
Okay,
yes.
Good. Well, this is actually an important question we have actually every day on our construction sites where customers ask for this.
Okay, let's get back here. You have to measure, or you should measure the wet coat thickness to be sure that you reach the right dry coat thickness. Therefore, Stefan, we have this wet coat. Maybe, also. 1.2. Okay, so you see here we have 1.2 millimeters of wet coat thickness, and this is enough, so we reach 1 millimeter of dry coat thickness. We are doing it the second layer again, and then we receive our 2 millimeters in addition. Okay, you also can add a little bit more water to your sealing slurry, to the DSF RS. And then it gets a smoother consistency, so you can use it for roller application. And in this use case, Stefan is gluing our AEB, the waterproofing and separating membrane, on the shower floor.
Yeah, what's also possible, I don't know if you mentioned it, but when you go into a big construction site, like a bath swimming pool, what we have done last week when we went to a live construction site, you also can spray the material, of course, too. When you have like 500-600 square meters of material or area, you also can use like a spraying machine and work very nicely with this material. You can see that on YouTube if you have not joined us. So just look in there and you see how to build a pool, what's new on construction sites for pools, where you can see this technique also again when you are in the swimming pool business.
And as you can see here, we have a shower drain and the material is reactive, so it hardens and it dries between the collar of the shower drain and our AEB, our separating and waterproofing membrane. So you have two waterproof materials, and because of the reactivity of the material, it dries as well in this case. Yeah.
Something what is really interesting, because you can applicate it with different tools, right?
Yeah.
So perhaps you mention once again, what are the special features, once again, of the DSF-RS?
Okay, yeah, one point, I mentioned it before, is the reactivity, because this is very important. You have one product for the waterproofing in the wall or floor area and one material for all the joints and labs. So it is reactive, it is sag resistant. You can use it for the trowel application on the wall, or you can use it for roller application on the floor, or you can spray it, as Mario Sommer mentioned. And you have a long working life and a short drying time, so it is very good to use on the shower tray.
Okay.
Yeah, and one very important point is the wide range of application uses. So as we can see here, we have used it on the inside, we have used it in the bathroom, on a shower tray, and we have similar more use cases for our DSF-RS. One, for example, is the waterproofing for external basement walls, or as well here for our plinth waterproofing on a bonded insulation system. We can use for this use case also our DSF-RS. Or as you can see here above on these two pictures, we can use it for swimming pools, water tanks, everywhere where you have.
Actually, it's the field of the gardening.
Yeah.
Where you can also use with this, where you also can work with this material.
And one more application we see here, you can use it on the inside, of course, with our AEB, but you also can glue our AEB Plus. This is a little bit thicker sheet membrane for the outside, and you can use for gluing it our DSF-RS. And of course, because it is very flexible, even in cold areas, you can use the DSF-RS on balconies or terraces, for example. While Stefan is gluing here our AEB Plus, maybe I can get back here to our bathroom. There are sometimes you have here, you finished your waterproofing, you have finished your tiling, and sometimes you have no other possibility than drilling your waterproofing. For example, when you want to fix a shower enclosure, and then you have a hole in your waterproofing. And here we have a new solution. It's our waterproof dowel, and with this one you can re-waterproof the leg again and have a complete waterproofing here on the wall, and no water can get inside or through this hole and get inside the wall. So I think you will can get this dowel probably April 2021.
Yes, of course, we have worked with our partners on this situation, because I guess all of you at home, wherever you are, and you work with membranes in wet rooms, there's always to drill a hole, because you have to put a hanger or some glass door or whatever into your construction, starting at home in your bathroom and all the way to a swimming pool construction. And this drilling hole was always a problem, especially with constructions which are made out of gypsum or out of very dry materials. So by April next year, we will have a solution for this. So you get a dowel, you just drill the hole, stick it in, put in the screw, and it's tight again, and you won't have to have any problems with your with the membrane itself.
Yeah. Okay. So then we see here Stefan is gluing the overlapping with the reactive DSF-RS, and then we are leaving our bathroom and the DSF and are going over there from bathroom areas to areas with a higher chemical load. in these use cases, you shouldn't use cementitious products. You should use polyurethane waterproofing. We see over here. And for this use case, we reinvented our existing polyurethane waterproofing, and now we have a new one. As you can see, maybe you can go with your camera over here. We have, together with our new epoxy primer, now a completely polyurethane or epoxy resin waterproofing system, which is very low emission and meets the EC1 Plus requirement. So you can use it everywhere in buildings, in big projects, which are going to be certified by the LEED or the DGNB Council.
I mean, Oliver, sorry to interrupt, but actually you are working in the project counseling, and you are taking care of big projects. And actually, the first question is always, do you have a material which we can put into this project?
Yeah, even for our international customers, the LEED Council is probably the
very
most
important.
known.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, it's very, the most international projects are certified by the LEED Council, and therefore we have a lot of products which are usable in this certified projects. Because then in the indoor areas you have to use very low emission products. And here we have now a polyurethane or epoxy resin waterproofing system. And as you can see here, Marco working with it, we have a new color. It is now silver. Most of you may know the old polyurethane waterproofing. This was white. And when you are working in a room all around you white, you're getting some kind of snow blind, and now the new silver color makes working a lot easier. And of course, you can add some contrast color to make the color even darker. We see here on the right side. Okay, but not everywhere where you have high chemical loads, you need a polyurethane or a reaction resin-based waterproofing. Sometimes you can work with a separating or a waterproofing membrane. Maybe some of you have worked with our AEB, the red one we saw inside the bathroom. But sometimes maybe you have a fork lifter which in your area, and then you have very high mechanical load as well, in addition to your chemical load. And therefore we have a new waterproofing and separating membrane, the AEB HD. And therefore our partner company Dowel has again a very useful tool which is going to help you while gluing the AEB HD.
Rainer got a laser.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What we've seen here is just to adjust the membrane. Is we put a laser line on the ground floor. It's a green laser line which allows us to give more visibility. The green line is 4 times more visible than the red laser line, and it's easy to set up. It's easy to adjust. It's a cross-line laser, so it can be used in different applications for tiling, for drywalling. And it can be mounted on a dry pot. It can be mounted on a drywall stud, on a metal one, and it's got a little keyhole on the back, so it can be hooked on a nail or on a screw. So it's easy to set up, as I said before. We've got a high accuracy. It's on 0.3 of a millimeter per meter, and so it can be reached up to 30 meters without, and up to 50 meters with an electronical detector.
Yeah, Marco is using for fixing and gluing the waterproofing membrane our FDK 415. This is the fixing and waterproofing adhesive. This is a cementitious 2-compound material. You can see Marco is using the roller application, but you can as well use a trowel, or again you can spray it. But as you can see here with the roller application, you have a very, very fast progress. So when you don't have much time on your construction site, this is the right material to work with. And of course, again, it is reactive, so you can also use it for the overlappings for the joints.
I guess everybody who's watching right now is a little bit wondering why this material looks a little bit like naked.
Yeah.
Compared to our normal membranes. Did you already explain the difference?
No. This is a very innovative texture, a very innovative surface, because with our old waterproofing membrane, we have problems with high mechanical loads because of the pull-off values, which were too low. And with this very, very innovative surface, we reach up to 5 times higher pull-off values than with our normal AEB. So you can see here on this, we can use it, for example, in wash places for cars and in areas where you have a very high
actually
mechanical
you can
load.
drive on it,
Yes.
you can stop hard on it, so the pull-off is very high. We have like 1.5 to 2.5 newtons per square millimeters, so it's a very good value compared to the normal one. Situation. So this is the future, I would say, for these membranes, actually.
So as Marco is gluing the sealing tape, maybe, Rainer, you can show us some more useful tools from Dewald?
Yeah, for sure. We've got some tools over here. There are some brand new tools coming up next year, which is the new tile saw, the D3600. It can be used then for tiles up to 90 centimeters in square. And we've got some other tools like hammers for demolition, removing tiles from the ground or from walls. Angle grinders as one of these tools are used very often from tilers. We've got laser, rotary lasers, we've got line lasers, different type of area lights or working lights, and as well, battery-driven or cordless angle grinders, corded ones, to remove old tile glue from the ground. There are some special tools, and as I said before, we've got different hammers. Most of the products are available corded and cordless, so it's up to the user which one he's preferring, and so it's a wide range of products, and that's just a short or a little overview of the product. Goes from a cordless drill to hammers up to stationary products.
Rainer, as a user of these tools, can you say something about the battery? Is the battery pack always, can you always use it for all kinds of all the machines actually?
Mostly, yes. We've got different ranges. So it starts from 12 volt to 18 volt, and it goes up to 54 volt. So it depends on the product itself. So the real benefit of the big ones of the 54 volt, they are from our flex volt system. They can be used in the 54 volt products as well as in the 18 volt products. So it's interchangeable, and it can be used for both voltages. And there's a wide range from a hammer to a mixer to miter saws.
I mean, we have a lot of small buckets, like the 5 kilo range buckets, and we recommend always to use a drilling to mix up the material.
Yeah, the 18 volt, the DCD 996, which is the 3-speed cordless drill.
Okay, Oliver.
Yes. Here we have used the FDK for gluing the overlappings, but there are use cases where you have very, very high chemical load, and then it's sometimes better to use polyurethane waterproofing for the overlappings. So you can see here Marco using our polyurethane waterproofing for this overlapping here, and then he is going to glue the AEB HD sealing tape above this, and then you have a very, very high and very, very safe solution for areas with a high chemical load and of course the high mechanical load. And
for example, in an industrial kitchen, or like a production
breweries or something like this.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, and with this overlapping solution. We have finished our waterproofing tour here, and I think we now give back.
First, we have to ask the question for our game. I hope you listened carefully. Well, the question is, when you remember when we started, what is the name of the new ceiling slurry, cement-based ceiling slurry? And when you look into the corner to my left side, then you should remember what we have presented in the beginning. Well, and I guess now we are done with the world of coating materials and waterproofing systems. And then we switch to our Studio 2, Steven Spielberg area. He's Sebastian Kammerer is already waiting to explain Yves how to remodel a bathroom.
Thank you guys very much. Yeah, I ran over to our second studio and Sebastian is joining me again because our next topic we are talking about is remodeling. And Sebastian, of course, we have to mentioning during these really difficult times of COVID-19, many people are back at home. There's a lockdown, having short time work.
Home office also,
exactly, but many people are using this time, for example, for renovation. And I have a good question for you because I really have an old bathroom at my place.
An old bathroom?
Really, it's not only 20, 30 years, it's 40 years. So if I want to renovate...
It's maybe like this, more or less. Wow.
It's even worse.
Even older. I really looked in our archive for old pictures, but yeah. But I think it's there's a lot of things to do, and you can do something new. And many people, they want, especially if they sit at home and have ideas, and maybe not going to holidays, saving a little bit money, and thinking about what to do at home to make it nice and beautiful and comfortable. And I think many people, they call us and ask about, we have these old bathtubs, and we need to step out or step in the bathtub, and this is not so comfortable, and people want to have a new bathroom with new tiles. And yeah, in the meantime, there's so many possibilities for bathrooms. If you look for this, I'm standing now in the shower, more or less. Yeah, so it's
exactly
without stepping anything. So it's plain, same floor level. It has a nice channel drain. You see all these nice large tiles. Yeah, so there was a good development in the last time for tiles getting bigger and bigger, and they have so many nice surfaces. So I think it's a good time to start the renovation, during this time, and that's an actual topic. Yeah.
But for example, if I don't, I want to use my shower not for such a long time. I don't want to miss it,
Yeah, that's of course.
You have to speed up for me.
You don't want to ring your neighbors and ask for, can I have a shower? Maybe this is not so good in the time actually. So first of all, you need a lot of people, because if you look into a modern bathroom, this is not only tiles. It's a lot of waterproofing works. It's a substrate preparation. Also, you have maybe lights, LED lights. So you need, of course, an electrician guy doing all the cables. Yeah, maybe not him. It will end up in a disaster. And of course, you need a good planning. Yeah, to think about what I want to have at the end. Yeah, so also
too much holes in the wall.
Maybe
right?
it's a little bit too much holes.
Oh my goodness.
Even the waterproofing was not made yet, but maybe not so good. And you need an installer, of course. Found this picture in the internet. Never saw an installer wearing a helmet. Did you? I don't know. But crazy. Maybe it ended up like this. So also here you can have a shower, and next by the toilet, maybe also not so the best way. And you need, of course, a good tile fixer. Where to look for good tile fixers? Maybe at eBay. Maybe not. Yeah, because this is maybe not the way you want to have it later on. So we have a lot of very good customers, expert customers, so feel free to ask them for doing the works. Yeah? And very often these customers, the tilers, they also manage the other craftsmen, because there are many, many people in a small bathroom, some square meters only, but several people have to do this, so they can manage and maybe offer you the complete bathroom as a total business, ready-made, so to say. Yeah? And of course, this is what you said, you don't want to live in a construction site too long, so we need to talk about fast-setting materials, fast-setting products, which speed up the time, which helps saving time by quick trying. And we begin at the floor with our fast-setting screeds. And we have two different types. You see here the B versions, Rapidur B1, B3, B5. These are the binders. You can mix them with sand. And the M versions are the ready mixed materials, just adds water to it, or the Rapidur FE. As you see here in the picture, it's a floating screed, ready to fix tiles after 1 day. And even if it's faster, it can take the M1 4 hours to wait, and you can fix tiles or make the waterproofing on top. So you save a lot of time. A normal standard screed, you have to wait at least 28 days or longer. Yeah. So ringing your neighbor for 28 days?
No.
Maybe not so cool.
No,
yeah.
not so good.
So, but with these products, you can speed up your construction site a lot. And I think this helps a lot, even especially with these M5 binders, M5 materials. You can use it directly as a slope to your channel drain, which is really common in the meantime. People, they want to have the channel drain and the slope going directly to that drain, so you can put large tiles on, yeah? Not these small tiles and a lot of grouts.
Easier to clean as well.
Easier to clean, yeah, we'll come to the grout later, but at the moment, modern bathrooms, all people want to have these large tiles. And another option would be these, which you see here in the picture, on top, this is our Epoxy Screed, so you can use this in very low thickness. If you have maybe tubes and you have not so many centimeters to overlap this, you can use this very, very thin. Yeah, it's quite useful. And also, on the next day, you can do your next working steps and save a lot of time. Yeah.
But I said to you, my bathroom is really in an old building, so it's more than 40 years. Probably if you have a building like 60 years old, what do you have to do there?
Of course, then you have maybe a lot of different substrates, not the same substrates which we have in a new building. We talk about maybe wooden substrates. You see here in this pictures OSB boards. So maybe they're a little bit flexible, they're not in shape, they're bending a little bit, and they're moving. So we need special products for this on top to have the secureness to put the rigid tiles on. Yeah, they don't want to have a movement in the substrate. So in this sample here, we had this old wooden flooring substrate. We put the HPS on top, the primer, quick drying. After 1 hour, we can do the next working step, put insulation strips on upgoing walls. And then we just put on our VS filler, which is fiber reinforced. We had this in the practical show already, but you can use it also directly on top of the substrate. Yeah, so connected, bonded to the substrate, beginning with some millimeters. And if the substrate is very, like the wood, I would recommend to add some additional products like these PGX, which are showed in the practical show, or our FTP stress insulation boards, which you glue later on top. And then maybe if you have a crack in the substrate, in the filler, no problem, the crack is not going through to the tiles. So the tile is still secured and the grout is not going out or so, yeah. So this is very good for existing buildings, and to improve the old substrates,
Okay.
Another one,
Yeah, especially talking about the floors still,
floors,
right? Yeah, okay.
Floors, and this one, the latest issue was about saving height. And here, maybe in this case, we need to fill up volume. So we come to the SMART system again, which we had in the practical show. Here on the construction side, also a wooden constructor, HPS primer, stress insulation strips on upgoing walls. Then the SMART aggregate, the light filler was mixed with the B5. And you see here Marco was doing this on that construction site, really easy, and it doesn't take any hand power. So yeah, it's really, even if it's a strong guy, if you have to do it all day long, so it's quite stressful, but not with this material here. Yeah, so easy to fill up, and also easy to get in the right level, in the right height which you want to have, depending on starting with 2 centimeters. And then on the next day, we put the PGX Panzergewebe mesh, which is really strong, just loose. We roll this out a little bit distance to the walls, a little bit overlap between the rolls, and then directly without any waiting time, we can fill up with the VS filler, VS 582, which we said already, only take this one, or the Rapidur FE if you need bigger thicknesses, because they don't penetrate into the construction. Yeah, really important. And then after 2 to 3 hours, it's ready, set, and you can step on, you can walk on, and here you see a nice detail how it floats into the construction and that it gets like one piece.
It's really soaking in, huh?
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
Okay.
And you see here, now we can step on 3 hours later, absolutely stable. It's not flexible anymore because the Smart aggregate is really strong. It doesn't flex or so it's really cool. Yeah,
And as I'm coming from motorsport, I like if you speed up, you know?
yeah, it's all about time. Yeah.
It is. Time is money normally, but as you're talking about the floor, what about the walls?
Yeah, of course. In this picture here, you see the wall is okay. It's it's plain gypsum boards, no problem. But very often we have not walls like this. Maybe they are also renovated, and we have different types of materials. We have brickworks. Mario is drilling holes here, or he's removing
Great
the tiles.
support.
Yeah. But you need something in the tool.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want to destroy
Just a small tip. Yeah. Okay.
That's life.
Yeah. Mario, he built a wall for us, but it's looking like this. Oh, Mario, maybe you have to improve a little bit. Yeah, it's really not really in shape. But of course, normally everybody knows how to build straight walls. Just need a beer, and then a brickwork, and then you can adjust the brickwork by the level of the beer.
It's working like that.
Quite easy, yeah. Very easy. But if you don't have these type of walls, get away with this wall now, yeah. And then we can fill up these walls with our plasters. For example, the RUB 2, which is able to fill up to 20 millimeters in one thickness, or the RAM 3, which is able to fill up 60 millimeters. RAM 3 even stronger, even faster. After 2 hours, you can put the waterproofing on and fixing tiles if you like. Or the RUB 2, depending if you need to level out more walls, if you need more time, then this is a more comfortable material because the pot life, the working life is longer. Yeah? But even on the next day, 6 hours later, you can fix the tiles, which is normally fast enough.
That's really fast,
yeah,
huh?
really fast. We need to save time. Yeah? And if you talk about really big construction site, we can also pump these material with a spraying machine, no problem, so you don't have to mix them by hand. All the machine is doing. And this even makes everything faster. And as I said already in the practical show, we can overwork also critical substrate with these PGX mesh on maybe old tiles, even if they have cracks like here. Just put the PGX, overwork this with the RAM 3 or RUB 2, and then you can keep the old existing walls, and you don't have to tear them down and waste them, and also saving a lot of money by keeping the old construction.
Okay.
And of course, we need also to talk about the waterproofing. We had this nice practical show before about the waterproofing, and if everybody is ready and set and prepared about the substrate, we can start waterproofing with maybe our new DSF RS 623 fast setting material, one component. And even if it's fast setting, the people, they don't like it when it gets too sticky too fast. Yeah? So imagine if you have to work with the material, and in the bucket it gets, after 25 minutes it gets sticky, it's not so nice work. Yeah? So this material stays long and open for at least 40 minutes. You can get it out of the bucket, and then on the other hand it's fast setting. So after 2 hours you can make the next layer, which is quite cool. So you can use it for balcony repairs, or of course for your bathroom, and even in swimming pools it is functional, and in cellars. Yeah? So really nice, and people love it because of the workability. It's a very smooth material. You can adjust the water ratio to get the consistency which you like, maybe a little bit more liquid for the floor, also to get the drains, the overlap to the waterproofing tapes. It's a reactive material, as my colleague said already, so you can also make the overlaps, and it's drying really fast, even if it's trapped without any air. Doesn't need air to hard out. Yeah? So really fast, and even on the wall, no problem. We also need to get the waterproofing on the wall, especially in the shower. So Marco, you see him a little bit in the face, he likes it, and makes a lot of fun. Working with this just by the long pot life, and even on the other hand, after 2 hours, you can overwork it again. Yeah? So really nice material, and it has another nice features, like we showed our AB system, the membrane, which is waterproof. And if you like, you can use our FDK 415 which is a two-component cement-based material to fix the AEB membrane, or on the other hand, you can use it with the DSF RS also, yeah? Which is also workable. You can put more water in, then it's rollable. Yeah? Roll the material on, and then you can put the AEB in and fix also the membranes and the tapes and stuff, all the overlaps.
I think it's always important that it's easy handling, right?
Easy handling, and the less products you need, the easier it gets. The more universal the products are, the more benefit, I would say, on the construction side. Yeah.
Just to point out, because this is really a big topic, is it really leak-proofed, you know? Because I don't want to redo my bathroom in 10 years again.
Yeah, of course. Especially in Germany, but also in other countries, there are special testing certificates. So we need, as Sopro, we need to get our waterproofing materials and all the other stuff which belongs to the waterproofing materials, like the waterproofing tapes, corners, also the adhesives, which need to stick. They need to hold on the waterproofing material. All these materials we have to send to a testing institute, and they do a lot of tests. It's a long list. And after all, we got the proofness that there's no leakage. They also build small pools with a lot of pressure on top of the water, and so then we know that it's absolutely proofed and everything is functional. And I think also for the owner later on, it's very good that everything is tested in a system, because in the past they only checked for the waterproofing. Is it functional? Is it waterproof? And since the meantime, since some years, everything is tested in a cold system. So you know that the Sopro tape is working with the Sopro waterproofing, and anything is one system. So you're absolutely secure. There's no leakage, and your house keeps dry, and all the rooms below, they keep dry.
Yeah, because I had the experience just this morning in my hotel room. It was a good hotel. No, thanks for booking it. But they had a little leaking out of the shower. The water ran out of the door and all this stuff.
I know this. Yeah, I know this from my experience. Maybe it looks like this, more or less.
Yeah. What can I do there?
So this was more or less not a problem of the waterproofing itself, because the water stays on top of the tile on the waterproofing. But yeah, it runs somewhere where it's not a good idea to go through, maybe around the door and somewhere.
Yeah, with the wood, it's really horrible. What can I do?
Yeah, you can ask the hotel staff, and maybe ask for new towels to put on. Make your own barrier here, make it proof that the water's staying where it is. But yeah, maybe at the end, for private owners, they wouldn't like it if you tell them, okay, here you have a towel, you can use it. So we need to talk about other ideas, and especially take care if maybe you do tile on tile, and the shower area is a little bit lifted up. You see here that's a centimeter more than the rest. If the water comes out just by hitting your shoulders or so and it sprays everywhere, there's no way to get back. So I think this is not a good construction, of course. But it comes just by doing renovations, of course. This was also an old hotel, and they want to have these floor showers, but the height was not able to do it completely plain on the same level. So this is very complicated, of course. In this special example here, you can imagine that the water will hit the door frame, which is wooden, so this won't last too long. But here you see a little good sample. This natural stone piece here, this is a little bit lifted up than the rest of the floor, than the rest of the natural stone or the tiles. So the German DIN standard says, if the shower is quite close to the door, you need to do something like a barrier, like a small edge, which is like 1 centimeter high, that the water is stopped. But the water can go underneath this, so below this. So we recommend these waterproofing materials like our Racofix or the MegaFlex tile adhesive, which is waterproof. Or you can also take the DSF to glue these edges in these pieces waterproof to the waterproofing, that there's no water coming below. Very important detail. Also, this topic is very important for the craftsman. Many people, or the owner, I think they all want to save money. So maybe the tiles on the wall, they're still okay. We only want to have the floor, or just we want to have the new shower, maybe at least. Remove the old shower tap and make the shower drain new. And this is very critical. You see here, if you do only the 1 square meter renovation and you don't take care for the waterproofing in the surrounding, you maybe have bad failures and bad leakage. And I think also the owner, they can turn from really nice people to maybe ugly people or so, yeah, if they have a leakage.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, that's from a different movie, I think. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. So take care for this. Yeah.
Definitely. We talked about the bathroom. What about probably my living room? What's possible there?
Yeah, living room as well. Yeah, so you can save a lot of time if the living room floor is still okay, and we can do it maybe tile on tile. Yeah, no problem. Then if you can keep the old tiles, we just have to take the HPS primer, which is really good sticking on the old tile surface. Just clean it before, then you can put it tile on tile. In this sample, you see here one tile is missing. There are some cracks. And then we would recommend a little bit extra safety, just rolling out this PGX mesh, just loose, a little bit overlap, what you see here, and then put on maybe the new S-Flow self-leveling filler, which is possible to do from 1 millimeter, so very, very thin. You don't lose so many centimeters of your room. Or the FS15, which is the most used material, can even go really largely up. Yeah. So then you have a nice plain surface. After more or less 3 hours, it's done, and you can install your tiles. Yeah. No matter which tile size, you can choose. Yeah. Really cool and safe. This saves a lot of time. Yeah.
Wow.
So you don't have to remove your old substrate completely off. If it's okay, yeah, we can deal with them and just make a little bit improvement, and then you can put the tiles on.
I had the topic before as well. There was a question from our audience back at home, because is it possible to additional underfloor heating later as well?
Later as well, we need a little bit of thickness for this, or we can remove everything. But I think there was a large improvement and development in the market in the meantime over the last years. If you look back, this would be the old construction here, yeah, with the thick cement screed, needs to be overlapping of at least 45 millimeters. So you have a big package, yeah. This is maybe not so good for the renovation, but here in my area here, this is the cross section of a very modern warm water heating system. So it's not electric, it's warm water, so very efficient, and it's only 17 millimeter high. So it's really
That's a big
low.
Difference.
Yeah, and so this is fast. This saves you volume of your room. And you see, if you look back to the Romans, even they invented the floorings, heating systems, but they needed a lot of space. Yeah. So I think in the meantime, it was a good development. And also for the craftsmen, it's really easy. There are a lot of different types of heating systems. With this sample, you just glue these materials to the substrate and then putting the warm water heating pipes inside and overwork this with FS15, for example. It's only 3 to 5 millimeters covering the system. So it's really, really low. And you can imagine it's very active. If you activate your heating system and warm water goes inside, it's because there's no big overlap. It's directly on your feet, and making it warm. Oh, sorry. That was a little bit fast.
You're much too fast.
I don't know. Yeah.
A lot.
Sorry. My fault. And we did in the meantime, because I said it's we have a lot of partners with these warm water heating systems. Just contact us and we can help you. We tested a lot of stuff and a lot of different systems, and I think it's a nice, interesting topic. Yeah.
And another topic, because as we are talking about the new stuff, I have to mention my grouts are not looking nice anymore. Even with cleaning, you know, it's not my fault, but they are really old. Is there something new?
Maybe over the time they get a little deeper, so
less
the
material
dirt
inside,
is hard to get out. So our first choice for the grout, even if it's in a bathroom or it's in your living room to make it new, if you install the new tiles, would be our DF10. It's our design grout. Because people like it very narrow in the meantime, not so many wide grouts. It's more narrow, like 3 millimeters. This material is able to put in joints from 1 millimeter to 10 millimeters. Cement-based, really easy to work with, brilliant in color. So if you choose maybe one of our 27 different colors, what is your choice?
This one, please. 29? I like it light.
29, beige.
Yeah.
And
difficult to clean, but it's light. It's nice.
It comes out like it is, so it stays like it is. It is like printed. Really, really nice, because we have a special cement recipe in this type of grouts. So the colors are really, really brilliant without any lime washouts coming out. Yeah, that would be our first choice. We have this in the meantime since a long time, so really good experience. And if we talk about new products. yeah, our design epoxy grout is a new way of doing it. Many customers ask us about, yeah, do you have maybe a very modern epoxy grout which is very smooth, yeah, and easy to fill in, more or less like cement? Now we get the answer for this. We call this the DFX, Design Epoxy Grout. Also very narrow for the joints, 1 to 10 millimeters. We have this in 20 different colors, so also big variation. And it's really easy to bring in it because it's very, very thin and smooth. Yeah, you see here in these pictures, you directly, or the craftsman is only using one hand. So you see here more or less it feels a little bit like the cement, and it's easy to wash up, not like these old-fashioned epoxies. It's a complete different way of doing it. Yeah, feels more like cement, but it is strong as epoxy, easy to wash up, and easy to clean. And you can use it for your private areas, private showers, as well as in a public kitchen with a lot of traffic and heavy stuff, and even in pools. Yeah, our new epoxy grout.
My goodness, Sebastian, so many information, new products, and now I know a little how to renovate my bathroom, but I would call you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, there's something glittering.
Yeah, this is the last chart. Of course, you can do like the DF10 to mix in something special, more fancy maybe. We had this in the past, and we still have it in gold and silver, and now we have this in copper, because maybe you know these copper bathtubs and stuff, and so it fits quite cool. Yeah.
Nice.
But maybe we should see it in the practical show.
In the practical, exactly. I think that's a good keyword for that, because we are done. Thank you very much again, Sebastian. If you have any questions, pass it over to him or do it into the chat. But now we hand over to our next practice part. Have fun.
Yeah, then welcome back to our stage in Studio One for our last practical part. Nice to have you here again. Thanks, Sebastian and Yves, for your words in the Studio 2. And yeah, now we want to show you some new products for the next year. And yeah, we want to show you some special products for the next year, what we have been waiting a long time for. And yeah, so I think we should start to show you the first product family. And the first product family is our MegaFlex family, a tile adhesive. Two-component material. I think a lot of guys of you know the products, but yeah, in the past we were just discussing a lot of times about the handling, the processing on the construction yards, and yeah, we hear what you say, and so we started to work on it and work on an adaptation for the handling properties of the products. And so I think we can start to show you in the practical training with laying some tiles on a balcony side. So this is a product we use normally in outside areas. As you can see here, we have yeah, maybe a balcony with our AEB Plus ceiling membrane, as we have shown before in the practical part 2. And yeah, as you can see, new with this product is definitely the color. If you normally know our MEG 666, our turbo material, really fast setting, then you maybe remember the dark color, dark brown color, and yeah, that's really new, special with this material, the silver color in this case. Yeah. So as you can see, Marco and Philip apply the material on the back side of the tile with a notch trowel 6 by 6 millimeter, and on the substrate with a 10 by 10 millimeter notch trowel. And there it's really important to reach few cavities underneath the tiles. Yeah? Really important, so you won't get problems with freezing and so on in cold times like winter or autumn. Yeah, like now outside, yeah, as you know, it's not so easy to handle the products, and as you can see, if you apply it in a parallel way, like we did here, you can see the cavities underneath the tile will leave, the air will come out of the tile adhesive, and you will get a really, really good bonding to the membrane. As you can see too, we use some tools from our partner Carl Dahm. So we have a battery-powered vacuum lifter to lay the tiles. Easy handling of the tiles. Yeah, you know, today we are working a lot of times with large format tiles, and these tiles are really heavy, not so easy in handling, and so it's easier to use some tools like this vacuum lifter, yeah, as you can see in a few seconds. For us, also really important, the fast setting of the material of the product is really important in colder times, so you can work with it up to 5 degrees in outside areas, and after about 6 hours it's freeze-thaw resistant in outside areas when you're working at 5 degrees outside. Yeah, really good and really fast product, and yeah, so I think you should try definitely. The system, there we have experience about, yeah, I think 15 years, and we don't have any knowledge of an adhesion failure in outside areas, because we have a really good bonding to our substrates, yeah, with the product. As you can see, the MEG666 is a floating bed tile adhesive. So it's easy to apply and easy to get the air out underneath the tile so that you don't have large cavities, and it's really important. Yeah? The second product in this family we can show you in the back here.
Jochen, just one question, because
yeah,
it just came from the audience. The question is, can these adhesives also be used indoors? Because you were speaking only about outside.
Yeah, really, yeah. Good question. Sure, you can use the products in inside areas. Yeah. So if you maybe have some critical substrates like young concrete, 28 days old, or maybe young screeds, or maybe a dry screed, wooden floors, and so on, with a lot of torsion, a lot of deformation, then you can use the MEG materials, sure, in inside areas. Yeah, no problem. Maybe you have yeah, a special thing like a young screed, unheated, not more than 5 days old, then you can lay formats up to 60 by 60 centimeters with the MEG 665 or 666 directly on the screed, so you don't have to wait 28 days until it's dry. Yeah? So you can save a lot of time on the construction yard. But this is only possible with these really flexible S2 tile adhesives. And this is one special I want to tell you about the material, especially is that you have a material with a S2 classification. S2 means that the tile adhesive is really flexible. You have a deformation. When we do some tests in our laboratories, you can bend it about more than 5 millimeters, and this with a cementitious product, yeah, as you can see. So now let me tell you what Marco is doing here. We have here another product. It's our MEG 667. 667 is not a floating bed material, so the tile would run down the wall if you would use it here. It's a thixotropic material, yeah, so you can use it in wall areas too. As you can see, the tile stands really good on the wall, won't run down, yeah, really good material and really flexible. So let me show you the sample here, that you can see what you can do with the tile adhesive. As you can see here, we have a wooden substrate with the tile adhesive on top. Yeah, it's the silver material, as you can see, and now I bend it over, as you here can see. Yeah, you have a lot of tensions in the tile adhesive, and here you can see absolutely no cracks inside it. Yeah, really flexible, and yeah, as I told you, it's a cementitious product, yeah? Really high quality and really good material. Yeah?
Jochen, I don't know if you mentioned it already, but I mean, when we are talking about the MegaFlex family, actually it's 3 different products.
Yes.
And what's new, I mean, you have spoken about the color already.
Yeah.
But when we look at this, what for me is absolutely the future, when we look at the packaging, maybe you can tell something us about this.
Yes, thanks Mario. Really important too. The one special thing that we changed in our MegaFlex family, we normally had 3 different bags with 3 different buckets with the dispersion inside. But now with the new MegaFlex family, we only have 1 bucket with the dispersion for all of the 3 bags. Yeah, so you can use the same dispersion for every product. Really new, really good, and a lot easier for the handling on the construction side. Yeah. Another new thing with the products is that you have a lot longer handling processing time. So you normally have maybe 25 or 30 minutes, and with a new material, you can handle it about 45, maybe 50 minutes, and so it's a lot easier to handle on the construction side. Yeah.
So the pot life is a lot longer now.
Yeah, a lot longer. Really new and really good, I will think, yeah.
I mean, I've shown my MegaFlex test site a couple minutes ago, which I've done 12 years ago, more or less, and these MegaFlex adhesives are strong adhesives,
really strong.
And they can handle a lot. We have done a lot of tests during over the last 12-15 years, and they're very strong, and they give you a lot of security, especially when you have like very weak constructions, especially when you go on walls, facades, and whatever kind of construction you want to have some more security in the system.
Yeah. Another point is, as we showed you here, when you are working in outside areas, now we laid here a tile with a format 60 by 60 centimeters. With this system, if you use our AB+ membrane and use the MegaFlex tile adhesive, you can handle formats up to 1 by 1 square meter in outside areas. Yeah, a really special tool. And in times where the large format tiles get more important, really good to know too that we have systems to handle these large format tiles in outside areas too. So you can maybe lay the same tile in your living room and directly outside on your balcony too. Yeah, no problem with this system. So I think really good product, and yeah, we're looking forward to it, to get it maybe in the beginning of the next year, maybe February or March. Yeah, then yeah, I hope to get it.
Yeah,
so then let's see another product that will be new in the next year. And it's a point where we're discussing with our customers too about our epoxy grout mortar. We normally have our FEP+, yeah, really good handling in the past too, but now we have a product, our DFX. I think Sebastian told about it. This is a really, new construction and new invention of our team in our laboratories with this epoxy grout. As you can see, Marco is working only with one hand, really smooth material, easy to apply, great workability, as you can see, yeah. But not only this working step that you can see here to fill the grouts with the epoxy grout filler. So the washing process also is really easy, as you can see in a few minutes. Yeah, we have here some different tiles, started with some mosaic and some stonewares with a really rough surface, as you here can see on the left side. And it's really easy to clean too with the new DFX epoxy grout.
Jochen, there's already coming questions in. They are asking about the chemical resistance. I mean, we know some epoxy materials which are just actually more or less for the bathroom.
Yeah.
and you are not allowed to use them in an industrial kitchen. Actually, we did not want to go this way.
Yeah.
We wanted to have one for everything.
Yeah. So the chemical resistance is also given like with our other products like FEP Plus or FEP. So you also can use it in an industrial kitchen, maybe in the brewery or so. So the chemical resistance with the DFX is also very good, and so you can use it in maybe every area. So we normally recommend our cementitious grout mortars like DF10 and FL Plus in normal bathrooms, maybe in a shower area or so, yeah. But we also will do it in the future because they have really good grout materials on cementitious base. But sometimes you maybe have the recommendation to use an epoxy grout filler. You also can use it in your private bathroom, sure. You can use it in the industrial kitchen, as we told. You can use it in a swimming pool. So there you can handle the material in really different areas. And yeah, the chemical resistance is really good.
I think the chemical resistance is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have proven that, but it's a completely new generation of epoxy material.
Yeah.
It's easy to handle. It's not the two-hand epoxy anymore. It's the one-hand epoxy. We built it for one of our technicians because he always has his hand in his pocket, and so he just works with one hand.
Greetings to Guido.
Sorry, Guido. But by the way, it's easy to handle, and it's working easy. And the cleaning process, as you can see here also, is going very easy. And to tell the truth, we have, of course, some people in their private bathrooms nowadays where they work with mosaic, and they are looking for an epoxy solution. And I think we have a very good idea now and a good answer to use this epoxy also in this field.
Yeah, as you can see here, Marco is using a normal sponge, not a special viscosity sponge or something to wash it, and he uses only cold water. We don't have any washing aid inside the water, so it's just normal cold water with a normal sponge. And as you can see, he cleans the surface of the tiles absolutely with, there's no problem. Really clean, no resin on top of the tiles, easy workability.
Yeah. There was a question coming in if we can use this epoxy also for steam rooms. I mean,
sure.
This is also very common nowadays in Germany that you have like a steam room in your bathroom.
You have that at home or no?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm working on it. But I thought about you because you want to have a new bathroom, and maybe that could be.
For that.
No. You just build a small cabin. You can have that in your shower also if you want that.
Okay. And it's possible with this.
So it's just 1 square meter, and you stand in there or you sit in there, and yet you are full of steam.
Good idea.
Yeah. Another fact with our DFX, you don't even have to fill the grouts. You also can use it in combination with some maybe glass mosaics for the laying of the tiles and laying the mosaic. As you can see here, Marco applies DFX as a tile adhesive directly on the wall using a notch trowel, 4x4 millimeters. Yeah, and then you can apply the mosaic too. As you can see here, we have a really thick mosaic. Yeah, it's not a 2 millimeter material, really lightweight. It's a heavyweight glass mosaic with a thickness of about, I think, 6 or 7 millimeters. And as you can see, when Marco is laying the mosaic, it's a really good and texture drop tile adhesive for the wall areas too.
I mean, of course, when we are working with glass mosaic, we always have the shining through effect.
Yeah.
And the tiler wants to work with the same color, grout and adhesive. So, of course, he can use this material also for the laying process also.
Especially in underwater areas, it's really important to have a good adhesion of the glass material to the tile adhesive. And so, it's better to use, in this case, an epoxy material, like the DFX.
which we can see here right now. And
Yeah.
this mosaic is actually a very thick mosaic.
Yes.
Usually it's up to 2 to 3 millimeters of thickness.
Yeah.
So no problem. Also
Yeah.
for more heavyweight materials.
Yeah. So you can lay tiles also. Yeah. It's not even. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the mosaic possible. Laying tiles is possible too, if you have the recommendation.
Okay, we have this in different colors.
We have 20 different colors, yeah, in 2 different buckets, about 3 kilograms or 5 kilograms. So the colors are in adaptation to our colors of our DF10 FL Plus colors, our silicone, and so we want to give our customers the choice to maybe use an epoxy material in one area and cementitious grouts in other areas. So yeah, 20 colors is, yeah.
I would say for epoxy that's extraordinary.
Absolutely.
Because usually the program was just some gray tones.
Yeah.
Let's say 5, 6, 7 different colors. And now we have like a big range of colors, gives you a lot of opportunities to work in your architect's world and projects, to play around with colors, with the different materials. Also, when you bring in, like, remember my VIP club in Switzerland with gold and silver glitter, there's a lot of possibilities in creating new, nice projects. She's smiling.
You're still working on that. You had no invitation. I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah,
You're not living in Switzerland.
I thought you were smiling because of the glitter, but at the end I will send you. I will give you a bag later on. So
with a glitter.
Yes.
Good.
So as Sebastian told a few minutes ago, you also can use our glitter with the epoxy grout. So today we have our gold and silver glitter, and next year we will get another one, the copper glitter. So you can mix it with the tile, with the grout too. Yeah. And now Marco shows the easy washing in the wall areas too.
I mean, what's interesting for all of you outside there who have to work with this product, you probably in the future, you do not need any other tools anymore. You do not need other sponge.
Yes.
You can work with cold water. And so it's actually the same like you're working with a cement-based grout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And the cleaning process, I would say, is also very, very easy.
Yeah.
Compared to the older generation of epoxy.
Yes, so you can see it's nearly the same like washing an cementitious grout.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, well done, guys. Thanks a lot.
Another question? Yves?
Oh, one last. We do have. Okay, you want to present? You can read.
Is the DFX okay to use it as a capillary break in pools?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Same like our other grouts and tile adhesive, epoxy-based too. So you can use it sure as a capillary break in pools. No problem.
Especially on walls like a surrounding. If this would be the light, you can go around and make a capillary area with this material.
And so it won't run out of the cavity. So
yeah, no problem.
No problem.
So you can use that for this too. Well,
so you're done.
Thank you very much for the new products in 2021. I think these are very good products which you can get, I would say February, March, April, around this time. I know everybody wants to have them right away, but give us some time, a little bit. The catalog is coming out soon, and we will be ready then, so you can order these new materials which make your life on your construction site a lot easier. Well, Yves.
We don't want to forget the last
question.
Please, because we are waiting for the third question of the quiz.
Yes, please.
And I hope you mentioned it during your presentation.
I think so.
Yeah, and everyone was listening. So the question is, for how many years has the Sopro MEG 665 and 666 been successfully in the market?
Well, when you have watched my test site and when you have listened to Jochen, then you should know this question.
Yeah, exactly, because there are so fantastic prices as we see them here from Colomix, Dowel. We have an iPad, so really looking forward to that. So cross my fingers, because now everyone who was pointing out the correct answers is going into our little draw, into our raffle in. In a few minutes, we're going to point out.
Well, we can start
already. Do it now?
Yeah, we can start.
Are we finished already?
Yes, we are finished so far, and we can start with the game, so that these prizes go to their owners, actually. And you wanted to bring them on person.
If it's in Australia, if we are allowed to travel again, I join you guys out there.
Okay, are we done? Okay, now we start.
Here we go.
Okay. And this prize goes to?
Stefan Watston. Congratulations. That was our first prize. That was going fast with the name.
Yeah, that's
Stefan.
New technology. So.
Exactly. So our first winner, but we have our second one.
Yes. Number 2.
So the Carl Dahm Gold Core bit set goes to Oval Lindström. I think he must be sitting somewhere quite in the north. Congratulations, what a fantastic prize to you as well. Oh my goodness. There we can see it in the camera as well. Wow, looking fantastic, this Gold Core bit set. Fantastic. So we have a next winner. 2 are left. Ooh,
yes.
Cross my fingers for you guys. Here we go, the DeWalt 18-volt hammer drill driver kit. It goes to Marlin Dejeus. I don't know how to spell. I'm sorry, Marvin. Sorry, but you are the winner. You've seen your name, and this is your prize. And the last one, the last winner. Here we go. By chance. Congratulations, the iPad Pro goes to Haida Johansson. Congratulations, quite to the north as well. So it was really worth to participating and watching our Profi Talk today. Congratulations to all our 4 winners.
Well, Yves, I guess we are done then so far. Did you have fun? Did you learn something?
I learned a lot,
okay.
Really. I have to remember all
So I guess next time you can present here our techniques. And
no, we have the experts for that, definitely.
Okay. Well, everybody at home, now Mr. Hecker is coming back on stage to say some words to you.
Von Ihnen?
Doch, jetzt. Now,
Sie müssen mich ganz zum Schluss sprechen lassen, bitte.
Okay, he wants to say the last words. Well, Yves, thank you very much for being here with us. I hope you had fun.
Really,
you liked it.
For me, it was a big pleasure to join you guys.
Well, you guys at home, I hope you enjoyed being with us. I have to thank everybody behind the camera and on stage. Thanks a lot for preparation, all of what you have shown right now, because during I and Sebastian and Yves, we were on the second set, so here everybody had to change everything very quickly, so that was also new for us the first time, and I can say great done, perfect, and everything worked on the second. Thank you very much for that. Well, the last words. Actually, we are close before Christmas and coming to the end of the year. I have to say thank you to you all that you are working together with us. I hope you are staying fine and you will have some weeks of not so much stress and hectic, some quiet weeks before Christmas and till the end of the year. And I wish you all the best. We wish you all the best. So stay well in this crazy period of our life we have at the moment. And I hope we see you all back, hopefully here in Wiesbaden or somewhere in your country. Well, stay in contact with us, and thank you very much for watching. And now Mr. Hacker is coming to say the last words.
Mario, I beg your pardon, has not been agreed with you in advance that I would like to have the last word, but you know that for many years now, that I like to have that. I think I didn't promise too much 2 hours ago, saying that you would get a quite exciting range of topics from the world of tiling. I was deeply impressed, and I hope you at home are at the same level, deeply impressed from all that what we presented during that great show. And I would like to thank all of you, Yves, Mario, Sebastian, and of course all the team, and I wrote down the names, not to forget anybody, Harald, Philipp, Oliver, 2 times Marco, Stefan. Jochen and Alexander were backstage. I'm really proud of the team, and I thank all of you for doing this great job this afternoon. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay healthy. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.